Good evening, guys. Belfast boxing and blues. You might be wondering why the hell I'm saying that. If you are a Northern Irish musician and you're just watching this um, because of whatever, such and such. Got the flu. I had the flu for like 4 weeks or something like that. I had it a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and I thought it was over me. I just had a bit of a cough for a few days. I thought I had that 100-day cough, and then it come back on me real strong this past week. I've just been destroyed. Every day I wake up, I take my medicine. I think today is going to be the day I feel better, but that day has not come, man. It has not come. You know what? It's alright, because I got Beecham's Action Cold and Flu. You can take two. You can have the flu. Yeah, but it's all good, man, because I got a wee cup of tea. I got a rollie. Look at this. I got a wee ginger beer. Isn't that lovely? And that just sort of takes the edge off. And I got a fucking Easter egg. I feel like Peter Kay or something here, but yeah, guys. Like I say, I've got the flu, so it won't be the usual action-packed nonsense spiel. You know, it's going to be a bit more subdued, a bit more serious, in fact. But let's see what's going on. You know what it is? This is just a quick review, I suppose, of a couple of gigs that I was at last night. And first up was the John Lindsay Band at the Deer's Head, Belfast, and it was lovely, man. It was really, really lovely. It was really nice. There were a whole shed load of acts. Yeah, met up with a few nice people and stuff, and did a wee bit of dancing, and ran into all sorts. It was lovely. It was a nice vibe, and I think the first guy who was supposed to play, who I was really looking forward to seeing actually, Ben Cutler, had injured himself the night before. He played a gig the night before and he'd ruined his voice, so he wasn't fit to come out and do anything. So the sound man stepped up and played a set. Matt MacGyver. Yeah. You all know who he is. Yes. So Matt got up and he did some lovely solo stuff on the guitar, songs of his own. He tried a couple of new ones, they were beautiful. One of them was about, I don't know if I should say it or not, but it was about certain matters, and those particular matters seemed to be like a theme of the night. The songs just seemed to keep coming. It's like, Jesus, is this what we're into? Okay. But you know what? Matt was brilliant. Matt's songs are lovely. He's just seems like such a, I don't know Matt really well, but he seems like he's just a lovely guy. And it comes across in the way that he performs. He's like a sweet, really sweet voice, He's not yelling and shouting and desperately trying to get across to people. He just plucks a few strings and sing, 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 sing. Lovely, nice stuff, And yeah, I mean, he was sort of given a clue as to what the song was about, and there were ones about his son and stuff like that. It was really lovely, man. They were really heartwarming, really nice stuff, and yeah, it was nice to witness him play. Matt finished, and next up was Rachel Mitcha, who it turned out was John Lindsay's daughter, and yeah, she got up and it was great, man. It was actually I messed that up. Before that, there was a fella called Steve Amos. I missed a little bit of him because I went out for a smoke, and was talking some nonsense as you do, and I come back up and this guy was right in the middle of doing his thing, and I only caught like the last two songs, but to me he was like Lonnie Donegan. He was Lonnie Donegan with a bit more of like a jolly edge to it, like a bit more gentlemanly probably than Lonnie Donegan, because he was quite coarse in a way, which is probably why I like him. But fucking yeah, this guy it was a similar type of thing, it was just these cool jokey songs, clever words and stuff, and that type of vibe, man. It's good, it's good. So he did what he done and what he had to do, and it was great. And off he got, and then on come Rachel Nietzsche, who is in fact John Lindsay's daughter, and she was cool, man. She was cool. So she was on like the synth keyboard, this expansive keypad thing that just seemed to do everything. You know, she had to program it and everything before each song. It was like I have to get my sound patch up and stuff, you know. And Joel, our mate, he was up. Joel Irvine, hired gun up up there. He was playing some guitar, and it was lovely, man. It was beautiful. He was playing some nice stuff, and he was in with the backing vocals. And at one point, he got on the keypad thing. At some point, they were got some dual action going on there, which was great. Yeah, the bass player, the drummer were very nice. You know, and it was very much peace and love. It was all new age contentment and power, and I think the last song was called Shamanism, and it was great, man. I was buzzing like like we all were. We were just on the floor like it's like an audio DMT hit or something, you know. So that was all good. We went out for another smoke, as one does, and come back up about halfway through the first song of John Lindsay. And yeah, I'm a big fan of John. I really like his music. I have a few of his songs are favourites of mine on the Spotify thing. Beach House in particular, which was they played that night, is a fantastic song. Another one, Fleeting Connection. A song of his was lovely, tender, sort of kind of insightful type of song. It's one of those ones that tries to like touch the firmament, you know. It's like, whoa, you're getting too close, man. Back off, back off. And it was really nice, you know. And I've seen John and Granny out playing a lot of times where they play like a duo. I think I've seen them play in band form before. I got to join in once or twice on harmonica, and but they had the full band last night. They had a guy on bass and they had a guy on guitar, playing a lovely Gibson Les Paul, a real nice ornamental one, you know. So I was trying not to get distracted by the guitar. I was like, I gotta be taking in the music here, you know. Um, it was really nice, man. It was really cool. It was a good buzz. Yeah, the drummer was sweet too. I have to say, the drummer in his daughter's band had a lovely light touch for to suit that music. He was just all effects and little brushes and stuff. But he wasn't the sort of guy who, like, when he gets on and he's doing that, he's like, it's like he's making a big show about it. This guy was just workman, like, he was just doing his job. But it was amazing. It was amazing, what he was doing. I liked his attitude. That guy, he was cool. So yeah, I mean, those guys played a few, and I mean, I don't know what genre you would really say John's music is. He does quite a range of stuff, like, but it's nice. It's nice. He's a really, really, really good songwriter. And he's a really cool guy as well. He's a really nice guy. He was up dancing and everything as well before he went on. I was up there dancing. I was trying to keep a lid on. I was trying not to go too crazy or get too fruity or nothing. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I was like, part of me wants to open up and start like owning the floor and doing all this flash dance shit. I was trying to keep that under control. I was like, right, just be a man. You'll be okay, and stick back a little bit. And that was going okay. And then John come on the floor and he was like doing all this, and I was like, oh, okay. Now I can open up a bit. It's all right. The way it has been, So that was good. So I think the last of their tunes we caught was Beach House, and then we had to move on because Joel, who had been up playing, had to get his equipment home in order that Fiona, his pal, could drink, because she was driving and she wanted to leave the equipment home. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, oh, here we go. So we had to hustle and bustle and say our goodbyes and get out of there. And we made our way. Well, we had a few little stops to make, but eventually we got to the Pavillion, the big house. And one of the guys, we were in the taxi and was like, the taxi man asked me, the taxi, where are you going? And I was like, the Pavilion. And the guy beside me was like, the Pavilion. And then I goes, the big house. And he was like, what? The big house? I was like, yeah, man. That's what you call it, the big house. But yeah, we got up there. You know what? We just caught the end. We missed Cut Rubber, who were on first. Who I'd have liked to have seen actually. There was a really nice crowd about it. Just a good, nice crowd. Not to the point where it's heaving and you're like that. It was a nice crowd, quite laid back. A lot of cool people. You had your rockers, you had your dossers, you had your rock and rollers, you had your hip hop dudes. So it was a good blend of people. And yeah, so we were all up in that. Trigger Tone were just finishing. Yeah, I mean, I know the guy from Trigger Tone. Ben is a lovely, lovely dude, and he's he's like such a nice guy. And then he gets on stage, he's like, "Rah!" He's he's just rock and roll, man. He's amazing. Like he's one of these guys too. He's a really killer guitar player and a really killer singer, but he can do like both at the same time. Like he'll be singing and he'll be playing all these mad riffs and stuff at this. It's quite interesting what he does. So it was good even just to see a little bit of them. I look forward to seeing them again. I think they're due in Voodoo the 22nd of March, if my memory serves me well. You know what? I'm gonna check that out right now. Let's see. We have the internet at our fingertips, guys. So I mean, we have to look at this stuff. What's the name of what? Trigger Tone, right? Trigger Tone. If I put this in, this is bound to bring something up, isn't it? You would think, like, right? Click. Right. 29th of February. What the hell, man? Where is this next gig? Oh my god. See, trying to find stuff. Oh. 22nd of March. Bing, bang, bang. I award myself 10 points for getting the date right. Thank you. So yes, those guys are playing in the Heat. Is it Heat 6 of Metal to the Masses? Yeah. That was the competition that Acid Age won last year, and they got to play at Bloodstock, which was really cool. So yeah, I haven't been down to any of the previous Heats yet. I think I'll go and check that one out. And definitely Trigger Tone are our band worth checking out. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool, man. So who was next then? Mr. Pink were next. These guys were flat out. They were like, I was struggling to think of what they were like. And one of the guys who was going to play next after them come over to me and said, yeah, I think they're called Mr. Pink because they're like Mr. Bungle. Do you know what I mean? And he was like, I was like, yeah. And he was like, because they've got the real metal thing going and they've got the real funk thing going. I was like, yeah. And yeah, I asked the guy when he came off stage about that, and he talked about Faith No More and stuff like that. So he's into that Mike Patton end of things. That was Kieran, their bass player, I think. Nice fella. And you know what? They were a great band. Their singer had like, he could sing the melodic stuff, especially in the low range. He was quite comfortable in the low range, yeah. And then looks like he was like screaming like about 10 octaves higher, and it was mad. The screaming that he was doing was crazy. He was like, really crazy stuff. The guitar player was fantastic, man. He was like a amazing guy, playing all these riffs and these parts and stuff, and he had the attitude and everything. He was one of those guys you love to watch in a band. It's just like, yes, this fucking guy, The bass player was the fella Kieran, as I mentioned. Now, he said to me when he came off, he was like, oh man, that wasn't my best performance, I thought he played great. I knew what he meant, but he says, there were a couple of times when it came up, like the band sort of cut out, and it was him doing a solo, boom, 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 boom. He says he kept like missing little licks and things like this, and missing notes and stuff, and I just said to him, like, it happens to us all, like, we all have our off nights, like, I noticed that as well. Funny, I was at the Empire on Thursday night, let's throw this in, and Chris Taplin, blues band, were playing. Those guys are fantastic. It's definitely worth checking out on a Thursday night. So it's a nice wee crowd, you know, a really cool, chilled out, you know, mix of rockers and like drunken women who want to dance with the rockers, you know. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's quite a nice wee crowd. It's the people at it are really cool, and the music's awesome as well. And the guys in the band are all lovely dudes as well. If you want to get a wee chat and stuff, I think they've got like drink offers and stuff as well. Like, you know, so yeah, every Thursday downstairs at the Empire. So there was a guy that had got up to play a bit. Now that's kind of where I started when I first come to Belfast a load of years ago, and I was when Rob McCullough held the residency there, you know. I used to get up and play with him, and I'd always be like blocked, but he still let me get up. And what I always find in those early days as a musician, when you were still quite ego driven, like I'm still probably more of an egomaniac than what I ever was, but as a kid, it's like, you know, you want to be the best guitar player and all of that stuff, and if you don't perform like you felt you should have done, you feel horrible, you know. And you come off stage and you feel it in the pit of your stomach. It's like, oh, I'm dying in front of everybody, and everybody's coming up to you and going, oh, that was so good, that was the best you played yet. And it's like, oh, you don't understand, you know. It's like grief. It's like somebody close to you has just died, and these people are coming up and congratulating you. It's like, this is not the appropriate response, you know. I always liken to it. I don't want to get too weird, like, but I always liken it to. It's like if you went to bed with somebody, you know, you hooked up with somebody, right? Let's say, and things haven't went exactly as what you would have done, you know, and you've had this at the other end of it, and you're like, oh. And you know the person's consoling you. Oh, it was all right. It was good. Believe me. Well, you know. Yeah, like I say, being a young musician's hard. You know, it's nice getting a bit older, becoming a man or a woman or non-binary indeed. Whatever it is you want to be, dude. The whole fucking spectrum's there now, isn't there? I want to be a frog, I want to be a lamp, I want to be a fucking snail. You know what I mean? Just anything that you like is there for you to be, like a wee bottle cap. But right, I'm going to stop and get on with the band stuff before I get too weird, man. I don't want to get too weird. Right. So Mr. Pink, they done their stuff. They were fantastic. They finished up, got a little chat with Kieran. He came off. The dancing was, there was one guy that was dancing. You know, it seems to be just like one guy with his back against the wall, right at the side of the stage, that was giving it stacks. There was nobody else around, and he was just like, ah! Dancing like it was going out of fashion, you know. And then, you know, one person got up beside him, and then two mates come up. And next thing, like 3 girls come up, and I was like, ah, there was a whole fucking party happening, you know. So by the time Empty Spaces come on, it was really good. And these were the guys that we had come to see. The aforementioned Joel, you're right there, man. I know you're right there. Joel, sorry. I need to stop being so weird. So Joel, I really gotta stop saying his name as well. It sounds a bit like Joel. Joel. Alright, yeah. I think the harder I try not to be weird, the weirder I actually get. So anyway, Empty Spaces, right? Joel was mates with one of the guys, and these were the guys that we were coming to see. So we come down to, oh god, what's going on there? Oh, we got a person. We got a person on the thing. I had somebody attack me earlier. Not physically, thank God. It was like an online, somebody like that comes and watches all of my videos. He probably watches them from start to finish, and in fact I don't even know if it's a he. It's like this anonymous profile, you know. he come out and attacked me in one of my videos earlier on. He was in this massive comment, and I think he said something about me being a chauvinist or something. I was like, "What are you all about, man?" You know, so that guy's obviously got some deep issues. Hopefully, he gets them sorted. I'm not gonna be the one to help him with it. So anyway, like empty spaces, da 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 da. Friends of the band. The guys get up. Great band, great show. Took me a while to connect and catch on, but I had seen them before at a Battle of the Bands in the very same place, probably about a year ago, 2 years ago to the day. So, I don't know to the day, but yes, they were really cool. I don't know what much to say. The front man was a bit like Jack Black. He was like a depressed Jack Black. Yeah, he was quite funny, you know. He seemed a bit disillusioned with life or something. Maybe this guy. He seemed like, and I only say this because I can relate to this. Sometimes if you're like an intelligent guy, right? Just waving this cigarette, like just letting you know that I'm an intelligent guy. Yeah, yeah, as if you didn't know already. So like, if you're an intelligent guy, right, and but you're a kid, you can be what I now like to call an intelligent idiot. Yeah, an intelligent idiot, because you might have a big brain and you think you know a lot, but in fact you're very stupid about a lot of things. You know, you're unwise in the ways of the world, and that is a very hard position to be in. You know, because often a person like that will resort to like sardonicism, whatever that means, sarcasm, and other cynical ways that will start to be their personality, and people will look at them and judge them and say that guy's a fucking asshole, that guy's a complete dickhead. But really, I think sometimes people like that can be trapped. They're trapped in a sort of thing where it's like they're at that age where they realize, oh wait, I'm in rock and roll now. I'm in a band. Where's my fame? Where's the world tour? Where's the groupies? Can I at least have some money, please? Um, but no, look, a very talented guy, great guitar player, very good singer as well, and a great front man. A lot of talent as we're talking to the crowd. He had that comedic edge as well. You could see he had that flair, but maybe he was just having an off night. He just seemed a little bit disaffected or something like that, if you know what I mean. I hope that guy, whoever he is, can find his way through that, because it's clear to see that he has a lot to offer, and so sometimes we can develop attitude problems or something like that. Now, this is a bit mad, me saying that. That's what it is. I'll explain it thusly. It's actually me just telling my story, like vicariously or whatever, through this guy. You know what I mean? That's really unfair. But he's probably spot on. He's 100%. There's nothing wrong with him. But yeah. So no, it like forget everything that went before what I said there. But I just seen a bit of myself, and I put it that way. Yeah, seen a bit of myself. And I'm a very talented guy, very good voice. The guys in the band were great too. The other guitar player, great player. We didn't get to see that much of his playing. I would like to have seen more of his playing. The main guy in the middle, he was, unfortunately, he's the guy with the voice. He's the guy that's the front man. He's the guy with the guitar. And it's like, sometimes you gotta just go, wait, I can't really do all 3, 4, 5 of these things. Let's delegate a little bit. Okay, it doesn't have to be me all the time. Let's let this other guy, okay, you play some guitar solos, I know deep in my heart that I'm better than you. But I'm going to let you play. You know what I mean, man? You have to make these little conciliations and all of that type of thing. You really do. You really do. Otherwise, you take yourself too seriously, or I think of it. I read in a book, right? It was Frankie Boyle, My Shit Life So Far, before he started writing novels, right? And he spoke about this period, of young men in their 20s seem to go through this horrible period where they're trying to find themselves and they're completely lost. I don't know if that applies to everybody, but it did. It certainly spoke to me at that time when I was reading it. Maybe as people of a certain mindset, they get a little bit lost for a while and they don't know where they are, and yeah. I don't know why I get into all this, but yes, it's. I'm just speaking about me here, by the way. That's not to do with anybody else. But if somebody else hears this and they think, "Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you mean," you can't. Then we all good. Then we all good. All right. So what happened next was these fucking guys were playing. The other guitar player was amazing. Like I said, we didn't get to see that much because the other guy was so good. He was so good that he was doing the thing, like, you know. So it's like, yeah. And the other guy had like the crappiest guitar. He had his guitar wasn't the best. Let's just say, um, I can relate to that because I was always that guy with the shit guitar, you know. Everybody else is playing like their Gibson Les Pauls and stuff, and I was like, yeah, oh, nice Strat. Is it American, isn't it? Mexican. You know, you're per, yeah, bitch, and I'm proud, motherfucker. Poo. Um, alright, okay. Look, I gotta get to the fucking thing. What is the thing? The point, the bass player was a great Dane. You know, not literally, like, but he looked kind of Scandinavian, and he was certainly great, man. He was just like a warrior, you know what I mean, of sound. Drums, they had a stand-in drummer who was some lovely lady. Her name was Yaz, and she was fucking class. She was really, really, really good drummer. I would say, like, probably, like, not mad all over the place like fucking the guy out of the Muppets or Gizmo or some shit, you know. She wasn't into all that there. It was more like she fucking held it down. No frills, but what she did just absolutely on it, off it, into it, all over it. It was fucking great, man. She was really, 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 really good. And their choruses were great. They had a lot of songs that were like, you know, rock and roll sing along. It's like, I love you, girl. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I love you, girl. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So we were all singing along and bopping away and stuff. So that was quite good. They reminded me of Kiss in a way. Some of their songs were a bit like Kiss. They did a cover. They did. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it was introduced as this is a song that nobody knows. And I was like, what? What song? What song? What song? They played the riff. I still didn't know. I still don't know to this day, you know. To this day. But what went on after that, so like they played, they finished. It was good. You know, we talked for a while. Funny, a guy that I met that was out with us that night, a real nice fella. Um, he was a drummer that works on cruise ships. So he was giving me the detail of what it was like to go and work on these ships. You know, it was like real regimented. You know, and you'd have to fucking. I know it just seemed like a mad life. I mean, I'll not get too deep into it out of respect for this, you know, sailing. What's the word? Uh, Drummer. That is the word. That is the word, mate. So yeah, like that's what happened. You know what I mean? That was good stuff. Um, it was a good gig. Yeah, both of those gigs were good gigs. I would recommend checking out any of those acts. I would recommend checking out those nights at the Pavillion. I would recommend checking out the Empire on a Thursday. And you know, you might say to yourself, this guy is like recommending everything. Like, does he not hate anything or anybody? And no, the answer is yes, I do. I hate myself really deeply. So like, mate, I'm trying to find this fucking thing. You know, what are we looking for here? Where's this thing? Oh, some pictures, baby. Yes. So myself and my hetero life partner, Silent Sam, Silence of the Psalms, we're going to a whole load of stuff this month. We're going to see Meryl Streep. I think it's Enter Shikari. I don't really know, but Meryl Streep supporting in the limelight. That's sold out, but I strongly advise anybody to check out Meryl Streep. He is just unreal Dublin guy, punk, like spoken word, poetry over punk. It's got dance music elements. It's got classical music elements. It's like, it's just so good, man. It's the realest shit you'll ever hear. Like, and live, he's amazing. Like, you watch him live, he's just bouncing off the walls. It's like, fucking hell, this guy. There's something about him, you know. So yeah, you should check that out. You know. Want to see Jesus and Mary tune? I don't know a lot about. Like I say, my old pal sorts a lot of these out. He seems to know what all the hip gigs are. I don't. Like, I only know ABBA and fucking like Blues. So yeah, we've got that. What else do we have? DJ Shadow in Dublin, which should be interesting, like especially sober. And we have another gig that week, Ludwig and Co. I'm not can't quite remember the name of his guitar player. I know who he is, and I listened to a couple of clips of them recently. And like Ludwig's Ludwig, he's amazing. I like amazing singer, great songwriter, full on personality, the whole thing. But this guitar player is off the fucking hook, man. This guy is absolutely amazing. I think that might have been the first time I cursed in this whole video, which is quite good. So look, guys, you know what it is? 30 minutes. We're keeping a cap on these things now, you know. We're gonna bust a cap at somebody's ass. We're trying not to do the 3-hour videos any longer. You know, if you watched the video and you enjoyed it, please, you know, go out of your way and go to my YouTube and hit like and hit subscribe, please. There's a load of videos about boxing on there which probably won't apply to you, but there's some musical ones as well, and I would appreciate just the support. You know, I probably like all your stuff if I see it on Instagram or Facebook, so like me, please, like me. But yeah, dudes, you know, have a lovely weekend and just a lovely life in general and doing whatever you want all the time, you know, smoking wee roll-ups, but and yeah, just be good to yourself, you know. Okay, see you later now.